Yep, that ain't gonna work. So we're gonna go ahead and throw a tube in this thing, filming with the old phone. See how this works. We'll get you set up and we'll get this thing going. Big circlip. It's a little heavy for these pliers. Twang! Here she goes. Next dimension. Come off. That feels really rough. And it needs ball bearings. I'm not gonna worry about that right this second. So filming with the phone thing's a pain in the neck. I don't have a holder for it. So we're just gonna break the bead here. I got an easy way of doing that. A tire machine. So it's not too hard with one of these. If you don't have one of these, you can run it over with your car or your truck. Truck will peel that right off. We've been on here for a while, so it's probably gonna be pretty tough. Oh, we got air leaks galore. Watch your fingers. If I could just have one thing that works correctly, I'd be pretty happy. Fantastic. Never have an uneventful episode, ever. I just accept that fact on this channel. There you go. The tube. It's a Kenda. Actually got a name brand. Came from Home Depot of all places. The only reason I got it there is because I had a gift card that I got for Christmas. So I don't really buy much there. It's kind of like the Walmart of building products. I'd rather spend a little more for some quality. So I guess you guys can see why this tire is leaking. It's just old, worn out. Tire is still good other than that, you know, it's still all there, but this dry rot has become a little too much. So, little valve core, get that out of there. We're gonna cut that valve stem right out of there. So actually, we're gonna have to take the core out of the new stem. I always put baby powder on tubes. Something I was taught a long time ago. Yep, that's what I forgot. The old side cutters. Give a little snip in the bottom. And you can just yank it right out of there. 2 points. All right. A little lubrication from Windex. I'll never use this as a glass cleaner, so I use it as a lubricant and a leak detector. It's better to take little bites on these tires. Makes it go a lot easier. The smaller the rim, the more difficult this is, I've found. This is still stuck over here. We're fighting that on the tire machine there. God. There she goes. Okay. Bingo. Full body workout. I'm so out of shape, and I got lung issues. So my oxygen level is about 40% of a normal human's. So it's not, any little bit of exercise kills me. Whew. So didn't have to take this off. Just a force of habit. I wasn't thinking of other things besides what I'm supposed to be doing here. Don't you love when everything in life just wants to make things difficult for you? I want to get my knife out. Yeah, don't slice through the tube if you can help it. That'd be a bad day. So everybody's got their own way of doing this. But what I like to do, I like to leave the core in at first. We'll get this all powdered up. You guys even still recording? I need to make sure. Oh yeah, because this isn't a GoPro. It stays recording. When you press the record button, it does what it's supposed to do. I go ahead and powder this thing up. Of course, it helps to get it all over your sleeve too. This stuff just, it's kind of like a lubricant. It just makes it slide. I get all the beauty supply stuff from the wifey. That's her line of business. So I get the nail polish remover / acetone. And the Pinard Clubman. Ooh, the finest powder. I want to know what that costs. Looks expensive to me. All right, let's get some air. So what I like to do is put a little bit of air in here just to get a little bit of shape into the tube. I used to install them flat like this, and every single time. Because I swear I shot a video on this before. I must have lost the footage. I don't think I've posted. I can't remember if I've posted a tube installation video or not. I must have it somewhere. Man, I have no luck with electronic stuff. If it stays in my computer more than a week, it disappears, gets corrupted, and zero luck. So yeah, just don't, you don't want to, I mean, this tie is huge, so I probably could put a little bit more in there, but there's really no need. Just want to give it a little shape so it doesn't get caught in the bead there. Now this has got, you see, I don't know if you can see that valve stem. It's kind of offset to one side, so you want to pay mind to that. And get your valve stem hooked up. You can see that's your drop center. It's higher on this side, so you want to work from this edge if at all possible. Makes your life a lot easier. So now I got to put this back on. I didn't have to take it off, and I did. So I just made twice as much work for myself. Well, maybe not. This isn't too bad. It's 3/4 of the way on already. I just gotta finesse it the rest of the way. There you go. All right. So we got the hole on this side. So we'll go ahead and jam this thing in here. I use a needle nose vice grips to hold the valve stem. Every time you start levering, it's going to want to push its way back in. I probably should have brought this over so you can see how bad this tire is. But that's where it was leaking from. Obviously, you feel it's like super, super thin in there. You know, throwing a tube in is cheaper than buying a new tire, so that's why we're doing that. Not everybody's got a money tree in their backyard. I sure as heck don't. Some days I act like I do. I don't. So I'm just trying to feed this valve stem in. This could be the hardest part of the whole job, is sometimes on certain designs, trying to get this in. I got it. Okay, once you get that in there, make sure it's all the way in. Take the vice grips, you don't want to friggin' squeeze the thing in half. Get it to where you can hold it and it's not going to fall. That's the main thing. I'm just going to, I hate to do this because I like to keep the powder on the tube. Try to keep it on the outside of the rim if I can. Just get a little layer on there. I always start close to the valve stem, not right up on it, but a few inches away, work your way around. I was always taught to end at the valve stem because you don't want to put any stress on that stem. What am I looking for? Stuff that's right in front of me. So we got one in there. And just take little bites all the way around. Sometimes it helps to keep a knee on one side. On some rims, it becomes a full body sport where you get your whole body up on those things. Man, I feel like I've recorded this before, but I don't remember posting it. So the footage probably got lost, which wouldn't surprise me one bit. Just take your time is the main thing. This is kind of one of the jobs that requires a little bit of patience. This was really easy. Let's see, there's the rest of it. We're pretty much done. Just gotta put air in it. I like to take the core out, fire it up, throw 20 pounds in there to seat the bead all the way around. This has got a max inflation of 22 PSI. So I might even go to 30. Actually, you don't want to really go too, actually I shouldn't go over the max because we got damage here. So this thing can come unglued. I've had that happen before. Me and one of my buddies were in there doing an old 14-inch wheel that he got out of the woods for free on Craigslist. And I was talking as I was airing it up. You don't normally see 14-inch wheels around these days anymore. And sure enough, you're gonna get air coming out of here because you saw how little that tube was. So at first blush, you think you ripped the tube in half, but you got to displace the air. And that's it. That's the rest of the air. So I got 16 pounds. There's actually no reason for me to go any higher than that because I heard the bead set. So we will put the core back in. And I'm going to get sidetracked in 15 different stories. So anyways, yeah, I was shooting the crap with him and not paying attention. All of a sudden, boom, that got our attention. Right in between us, split the bead of the tire right in half. Cords and everything. The cords were all rusted because it had been sitting out in the woods for who knows how many years. And sounds like an ultralight coming. I have to go look at that. Anyways, yeah, so squirrel. So we're, yeah, it blew up. None of us got hurt, surprisingly. He was standing here, I was standing here, and the bead broke right here. I had my hand here, and it exploded. It kind of threw my arm off. It was pretty, it got your attention pretty quick. Gyro watch them, man. I never seen one of them before. Let's see if I can zoom in on him. Where's he at? I lost him. You guys could probably see him, I can't. Oh, there he is. That is awesome. I want one of them things so bad. They're a little bit of money. He's got a hell of a crosswind up there too. He's flying right into it. Nice. I don't know if you guys care about aviation, but I'm pretty well into it. Way more than I can afford. But that was AR-1 gyroplane. 2019 that just flew over. It had a flight plan on FlightAware. Oh, I'm way too close. It was amazing. It's amazing how you can find all this stuff out just playing around on the phone, man. That's one cool thing about technology. I'm not a big tech guy. It kind of irritates the crap out of me all the time, but this is the part of it that makes it cool. I'm in love with rotorcraft. It just fascinates me. I wouldn't mind having one of those, but the problem is you need a little bit of runway to get that rotor spinning. I mean, the engine will get it spinning. It's amazing how they work. They just stay in the air with that wing spinning, you know, the rotor. So this is done. We're done. This video is over, man. I'm going to watch airplanes. I got about 11 pounds. I like to keep these about 12. You don't need to go to the max rating. The only time you need to go to the max rating is if you're at max load, whatever the load rating is for this tire. And I don't think they even rate these that way. It's just a lawn tractor tire. So you got 12.3 in there. That's plenty. Got a valve cap. Core is tight. Can do a little squirty squirt, make sure there's no leakage. Fairly certain I didn't pinch it. You know, you usually know when you pinch a tube, you can tell something doesn't feel right. At least I've been doing it long enough to know when it happens. You know when you screwed up. Yeah, you see that. It must have stayed parked outside flat in this one position. That's why I made this diagonal line right across the tire of dry rot. So if any air is going to be coming out of there, that's what it's going to be coming out of. But you'll know if it's leaking. I mean, you'll get big ones. I'm seeing a lot of bubbles. See, like just like that. Well, we're going to put it on the machine anyways, because I think there's just residual air inside here. If I did pinch it, I'll find out in a couple of days, and I'll eat crow on camera. I don't care. I got nothing to prove to anybody. I ain't perfect. But she's holding good now. So I'm going to put a little grease on here, so next time we have to pull this off, which could be very soon. The wheel comes off nice and easy. This is waterproof AMSOIL grease, good for the application because these usually get left outside or mowing wet grass or mowing in the rain. Some people do. Put that on there. Make sure we get this facing the right way. So that went on much easier than it came off. I was going to put the weight on it rather than pull this thing off and look for leaks. I'm just going to next day. Yeah, there was no leak. It was all trapped residual air in there. That'll throw you sometimes. I'm glad I didn't pull the rim off. The amount that it was bubbling made me think that I might have pinched it, but that's why I always like to wait. Usually, you don't have to wait overnight. Usually, you'll know pretty quick. If you pinched it, you'll know just in a couple hours. It'll just a little pinhole in a couple hours. You'll notice a drop in pressure. So I guess all we got to do is put that circlip back on. Put the stupid jack too close to the damn wheel. Perfect. Okay. Looks like this side goes in. Some of these are directional. Some have a smooth end and a rounded end. And these like to fly, as you saw. I haven't found a set of circlip pliers that I liked yet. For that reason, if only I had a circlip plier that worked the way it's supposed to work. Damn it. I got half of it. There we go. Takes some time sometimes. It's in there. So that's it. That's how I do a tube. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you on the next one.